Hey guys, I'm Dennis. Welcome back to my channel, Guy with a Plant. So in today's episode, I'm going to update on the propagation of my Scindapsus cuttings. If you have watched my previous videos, I'll put the links in the description box. I pot up different varieties of Scindapsus cuttings in a non-drainage pot for almost 1 year, and then I deconstructed the whole thing and decided to pot them up individually. And during the course of it, I propagated some cuttings from this Scindapsus. In this video, I'm going to show you how the cuttings are doing and also to pot them up in their new homes. Alright, the first Scindapsus I'm going to show you is definitely one of my favorite varieties. This is the Silver Cloud. So this is the fastest growing one during the Scindapsus project. When I pot up all the different cuttings in this non-drainage pot, I removed everything, deconstructed the whole thing, and I potted this vine back. During the course of 10 months, it actually threw out a very long vine, but the leaves were really small compared to this. In fact, this original vine has one of the biggest leaves. And I potted this back into the pot. It only had about 4 leaves. The original ones are this, the big ones. This, and I think this one, really big. And perhaps this as well. And it didn't do anything for months. It just remained a fall-leafer. Until one day, I saw a growth that popped up from the substrate. And let me see, maybe it's this one. I think it was this one, this vine here. As you can see, there are a lot of roots underneath. So this new vine sprouted out and yeah, it started growing. But the leaves are still much smaller compared to the older ones. You can see that it's a new one and it's always growing a new leaf. So as it grows, I don't want it to start trailing again. So what I've done is to throw it back into the pot using a bobby pin to pin it down. I want the aerial roots to be touching the substrate. So from a 4-leaf cutting, it has grown into this beautiful pot. I want it to look really compact, so I will be throwing it back very diligently. I usually will let it dry all the way, and I'll top out the water to about this level, not too much. And if I remember, I will give it some liquid fertilizer. So far, it's been doing well. This pot is sitting in my bathroom on the ledge, and it gets consistent lighting, and the added humidity is a plus. The next pot that I want to show you are these red sticks that have been sitting in this perlite, just perlite and nothing else. It has been sitting in this semi-hydro arrangement setup. Initially, they were in sphagnum moss and they did nothing for months. I think almost 2 months, nothing sprouted. And I decided to just put them in perlite and then submerge it in water all the way up. You can see the roots are picking out. And since then, I saw a tiny leaf that grew. And from that tiny leaf, this is what I have right now, all from leafless stem cuttings. So I'm really thrilled. And they are looking really healthy. So these leaves are not as big as they can be. I'm just happy that they survive. You can see this one stick is dead. I wanted to pull this out, but it's kind of embedded. I'm not going to do anything first. So it's always sitting in this water. The water level, it goes all the way up, almost all the way up. And so far, it doesn't get any rot. And of course, I'll add some liquid fertilizer to boost the growth. Okay, the next one are the cuttings that are in water propagation. This one, as well as this bunch here, they are definitely not doing well. In fact, they are looking quite gross. Most of the stems have rotted off. So these are the cuttings with leaves, but I think the original leaves have already died off, and in place, these are all the new growth. So you can see they are really small. This one, there's a growth, but the stem, part of the stem is dead. I need to repot this in a while. I'm not going to show you the repotting process because I think that's going to be boring. So I will show you once they are repotted. This is another container. This is doing slightly better in this terrarium setup. This is just water propagation, some water here. I think there are some very good roots. There's a dead leaf. But other than that, it's doing pretty well. new growth. Actually, it's kind of a nice setup, yeah. Maybe I should just leave it this way. Oh wait, I forgot to show you this silver cloud cutting that has been sitting in water. These are the original leaves, but look at the way it has climbed up the wall. I think you guys have seen it before, but this has really climbed all the way up to almost the top of the wall. Okay, let me give you a close-up of the leaves. The lower ones, the older ones are lighter in color, but as you can see, the newer ones got darker. I'm not sure what to do with this though. It's still in water for many, many months. And I really love the look of this. So I may not do anything. But at some point I know it's going to deteriorate. Then I may decide to cut it off. This is such a funny one. For the next one, let's look at the jade satins. I have the green one as well as the variegated ones. These are cuttings that are sitting in water. These are really small, but as you can see, there is an understated beauty about this jade satin. They are very green as the name implies, and there is this subtle venation. So it's kind of elegant looking. So I got this green jade satin as a 2-leaf cutting, and it had very big leaves, so definitely this can be bigger. So this one is starting to trail, but unfortunately the new leaves are not doing well. Not sure what happened. Just going to remove this. And this one is trying to unfurl, but yeah, yep. But there is a new one coming, so I'm not concerned. So let's take a look. I'm sure these cuttings are rooted. This is a robust root system. I can see there are some rot on the older roots, so I'm going to trim those off. But yeah, the new ones are white and healthy. Yeah, so I'm going to just trim off the bad ones before I repot the cuttings. So these are the variegated ones. The leaves are very small as well. I think there's a new one that just unfurled, this one, but it's looking really curled up. I got another pot here. Look at these beautiful variegated leaves. Sometimes the variegated part tends to dry up and turn brown like this. But the rest of the leaves are really beautiful. The variegation will come up pretty yellow, but it will fade into a creamy shade of almost white. I would say cream kind of color as it matures. So yeah, these are the variegated jade satins, still rooting in water. This water is full of algae, right? This is the dead leaf, but I can see there's still some growth points on the stem. So this cutting is a very good genes. I'm just going to put it on a moss pole and let it do its thing. We have the green jade satin as well as the variegated ones. Okay, the next one is a very common variety of Scindapsus. This is the Exotica. I have no idea why. Anyway, this is the only pot of Exotica I've got left. I think I potted all the cuttings up previously into this very generic potting substrate. I think it's mainly cocoa peat with lots of pumice. I think it's a little bit too well draining. Plus, it's in this terracotta pot, which dries out the substrate really fast. It seems they're not really appreciating it. The leaves are all curled up, and it gets plenty of very bright lights. So I'm not watering enough. I'll give you a drink after that. Usually it looks pretty perky. I may not keep this particular one. It has been with me and I've propagated this so many times. To be honest, I'm a little bit over this, so I may just give it away. Two other Scindapsus to show you. The next one is this over here. This is the Scindapsus Silver Hero. These are also cuttings in water. As you can see, they are definitely ready to be potted up. This Silver Hero is definitely one of my favorite ones, if not my favorite one, amongst the non-variegated ones. A close competition is the Silver Cloud. But I really love this for the way it looks. The leaves have this very bluish metallic sheen. And when there is a big pot of this, luscious pot is totally beautiful. Again, very understated. This is actually not the easiest amongst all. It doesn't like very bright light. It doesn't like to dry out, and it doesn't like to be too wet as well. So go figure. But I really want to be successful in keeping this one. I want a big pot of this. Yeah, so fingers crossed. This will be the one to keep. Okay, and one last one. Let me go and pick out some from there. Okay, the next one is this one. This is a really beautiful one. It was sold to me as marble. I'm not sure what exactly is this. It's Scindapsus marble. When I first got it, there were only a few leaves. They're very dark ones. In fact, this is still in its original pot and substrate, I think. And I gave it really bright light, and you see the newer leaves are much lighter, and the variegation is really light, very marbly, very beautiful. So hence the name, I think. There was a separate vine that grew, but it broke off. I'm not sure why. And I had it in this water propagation. It's rooted, but I checked today and the roots have kind of dried up. So my bad. So hopefully this will not die off. So I'm going to continue to root this further. Okay, let's get started and pot up some cuttings. This is going to be the mix to pot up the Scindapsus cuttings. Okay, so I've potted up all the cuttings that needs to be potted up. Not everyone, because some of the cuttings, like this variegated jade satin, is not rooted. So I put it back into the water. But the one that is really well rooted is this one, which I've given a moss pole. And hopefully this will start to climb up, and I think it will look really beautiful. And with this nice variegation. The one that I have the most pots of are the silver clouds. These, I think I have 4 pots. I've decided to leave these cuttings in this glass. Let me bring this up. I've decided to leave this cutting in this kind of a terrarium setup because I think it looks really nice and it seems to be happy in there. Maybe with the extra humidity. I will clean up the glass. As you can see, there are stains all around. I just want to give it a nice look and maybe change the water and also add some liquid fertilizer as well. I've not fertilized this. Yeah, I think this will make a nice display once it starts to grow in. The other one is the one with the really small leaves. These are the rooted ones, so I pot it up, and of course the original one as well as this one, which are stem cuttings in this pearl-like setup. I will probably just keep one, most likely this one, no surprise, because it's grown in so nicely. Oh yeah, there's another pot of variegated jade satin here, the one in water propagation. So these are the ones with the smaller leaves. So yeah, need to give it some time. My favorite silver hero, this is in a semi-hydro setup. In fact, all these cuttings have been propagating in water, so I just want to make sure to keep them really moist for the first week or so. And this is the green jade satin. And of course, the one with the marble variegation, I'm just going to let it grow out a little bit more. Yep. So that's all we have today. Thank you for watching. I definitely need to curate this collection, but these days for sure. This one, and my silver hero. Oh, this for sure, yes. The green jade satin, let me think about it, okay? Keep you guys updated. Hopefully this collection will be smaller the next time you see me. I'll see you guys in the next video, and remember to show your plants some love.